Cody Nesper.
Coach, Austin's catch in the bottom of the fourth, obviously a big play because it keeps 4 runs off the board, but it seemed like it kind of gave the whole team sort of a second wind, and you come back the next day and take the lead. Just in the grand scheme of the game, how big of an individual play was that?
You know, a lot of times when you're not swinging the bats very well and you got nothing going on offense, it really helps to make a great defensive play. Everybody runs off the field all excited that momentum just went from their dugout to ours in the matter of one defensive play. But you guys that know him know that that's not the first time he's done that. You know, he does that kind of stuff all the time. He had a tremendous year for us. He's a tremendous player. And, yeah, that had an opportunity right there to change the game.
We'll go to Kevin Kinder next.
Coach, the decision to flip your pitchers around and go with your relievers up front, was that kind of we're down to this, or, you know, had you thought about that option coming into the tournament and this was the time that you felt like it was time to do it?
No, we just lined them up 1 through 10, whoever we thought our best pitchers were, and we're going to pitch them in that order. You know, you can't lose 2 games in one day without pitching those guys. So they had to just go out there, and I told them, go 1 batter at a time, give it all you got, and when you run out of gas, I'll put the next guy in, and that's what they did. I thought they all pitched their hearts out.
The psychology of never having started a game before, but doing that, did you talk to Jacob about that at all? And obviously he responded really well.
Yeah, he did. You know, we just told him not to change his routine of getting loose for a game too much. You know, you don't want to flip that whole thing. So he kind of prepared to start the game as he normally does as a reliever. So, but he was, I thought he was good enough to help us win the game, which is what we needed. And that's good for the future to know that he's capable of starting games, because, you know, that guy has a chance to be one of the best pitchers that West Virginia's ever seen. We just got to get him in the strike zone a little bit more and figure out the best way to use him.
Back to Sam.
Top of the ninth, you pretty much had the situation exactly where you wanted it. You had Abernathy on third, and you had the go-ahead run at the plate. And, you know, it was Braden Berry had to step up and kind of put the team on his back there. One thing I kind of noticed, obviously, pulled him aside before the third strike, kind of said something. I was wondering if maybe you could divulge what you told him, or was it kind of just a hey, go get him kind of a guy, kind of a thing?
No, that was you know, getting Abernathy to third kind of took that kid's breaking ball out of play, because, you know, we had scored 2 runs the last time we played them on breaking balls in the dirt with a man on third. So I told Bear, I said, now that Abernathy has stolen third base, you're gonna see fastballs the rest of the at bat. So I just didn't want him to get caught looking at strike 3 on a fastball away. So just kind of told him, you know, sit fastball the rest of this at bat. If you get it, get your swing off, which is what he did.
Cody Nesper.
The weekend you played Miami and Dayton, you talked a lot that they were really loose. You know, they weren't stressing themselves out, and they ended up playing really well. Is that how they were this week, you know, coming in as the 8th seed? Was there not a lot of pressure? Were they not putting a lot of pressure on themselves? Were they playing loose? Yeah,
we do. Every time we come here, we usually play pretty well, and we're super competitive, and just kind of like a golfer that sometimes shoots a better round on his favorite course. You know, this has been a good field to us, and a good place for us to play, and I think we always play with confidence here. And that second game isn't easy by any means. That's the hardest game to play. You're coming off a loss, and the team you're playing is coming off a win, and they're well rested. So I just asked them before that second game to show me some toughness and not roll over and just compete as hard as they could, and that's exactly what they did.
Sam.
Which I kind of want to ask a little more about that. You know, you're usually when you play a doubleheader, you're playing the same team twice. You're not generally switching teams up and then going to the number one seed in the tournament. Do you have time to kind of think about it, or are you just kind of let's go get these guys. We beat them the other day.
Yeah, you got no time to think about it. You just got to think about competing, you know, and that's you never want to get in the losers bracket of a tournament like this, but if you're going to be in the losers bracket, it's better to lose the first one than the second one because you know, you get you win a game and then you get to play a loser after that. So it's not going to be easy for Texas by any means. They have to beat Oklahoma State twice, and then they've got to win 3 more games to win this thing. So, you know, it's not easy by any means, but that's what you got to do. That's why you try and win one game at a time to try not to put yourself in this position.